Hi, let's create a TodoMVC app according to TodoMVC.com. So this is the template of the project. I have modified these styles a little bit to use TurboCSS. Here's the snippet because I want to use the native capabilities of Boomla. So this is the template. Above that is just the TurboCSS compiled. So I'm going to copy that. And here's an empty Hello World project on Boomla, the same opened within the editor. And this is where the code is, and you can see the Hello World code is shown. This is a speed build, so I will start a timer to see how long it takes to build it. So let's go. I will be talking a little bit, but not too much to keep it to make it fast. So let's go. So let's paste the template and make it Boomla compatible. So I'm going to make a few tweaks, like change the class names to Turbo, change some input tags, close them, line 30, oh yeah, the SVGs. These need to be printed like so. Okay, they show. I also have a to-do list here for building the to-do app. So we have shown the template. Let's create a database. So what is a database? It's a type. So it should contain to-dos in a bucket with type to-do. So let's create the type to-do as well. It's a file with a text field and a done flag. Yeah, let's create a database, a new after with type DB. Let's rename it to DB. And we also need to store the state. So let's create a state type. When we enter something in the input field, it will be stored here. So let's say new text string. And we also need a new action, live.action, for controlling the input field. So let me save that and create this as well. So new after, it should be a window state because it's bound to the window. Let's rename that as well to state. We can also select these files. So var db shall be self.findForce. So that's relative to the current file as $db. And the same works for state with type state. Okay. So when we enter something here, we will get an onInput event on this input field. So let's say onInput. Here's a function with event live.input event and a response live.response. And this can also fail. So we have an error failure result. And here we just set the new text to event.value. Let's verify that we have actually stored the value. So let's show it, new text. Okay, so as I type here, it shows good. So we can remove that, and upon hitting enter, on enter, which is a keyboard event, I want to create the new database entry. So db.append, now todos.append. This can fail, so the question mark. And we need a name and the actual value. So the name is db.todos.newName to-do. We need this because first it will be 2, but then we need to add a suffix to have no naming conflicts. And the actual value is just the to-do object with a text field coming from here. And the done property should always be false in the beginning. After that, we are going to clear this field and also change this action to new for taking effect, set for copying the value property, and yeah, that's enough. Okay, so let's try it. I hit enter, and nothing happens. I think there was an error. We may need to, something is wrong. Let's see. So the to-do is created apparently. Then the new text, oh yeah. For the new action to take effect, we need to add an action attribute here. Now it works as expected. Good. Actually, let me just wanted to get rid of the too many to-dos. Okay. So at this point, if we come back here, we have the database and we have created new to-dos. So let's remove them. But for removing them, we need to first list them. So this is where they are listed. So let's iterate on all the to-do items. To-do shall be arranged db.todos, which is directly iterating on the files on the file system. We can use this top template, this guy here, and add display the name, which is to-do.text. And here show different states based on the done field. Okay, so if it's done, we need this guy. These are just the other cases which we don't need. I mean, this the second, this and the other one, which we don't need for now. So okay, these should be it. So they are shown. Let's remove it. Well, we don't have an on-click handler yet. Give me something. Okie dokie. So that's the remove one. So we create on-click, which is a mouse event. We want to do dot remove. Okay, so if I click this, it's gone. Great. Toggle done state. It's very similar, except it's done on the first button, and here you want to say to-do.done shall be the inverse of whatever it was. Perfect. Toggle all of them, which is, let's copy this, which is this guy here. Oops. So again, on the button, it's an on-click event handler. First, we need to figure out if there's anything undone. Has undone. Let's start with false. So let's iterate again on to-dos. If to-do.done is false, then we have found something that's undone. No need to look further. And after that, we can just set all to-do done states to has undone. Let's try it. First we check all, then uncheck and toggle. Perfect. Remove completed to-dos. This is the button in the bottom left, bottom right corner. So that's a on-click event handler as well. Here you go. And here again, if it's already done, we to-do.remove. Okay, so if I check this, maybe this one as well, it goes. Perfect. Filtering. It's these three buttons. So show all, show only active ones, and checked ones. So it's these three buttons. So we need a state for this. So let's go for storing filter integer here. Let's just make it integer for simplicity. So 0 is all. The left button 1 is active, so it's to do, and 2 is done. So right here, let's have an on-click event handler. On-click state.filter shall be 0. So in the last case it's 2, and here it's 1. And we also want to show the active one. So the hover is missing from here. And you want to say this is mode, let's say mode 0, mode 1. So this is TodoMVC. We can activate these designs if we add a class having the mode. So let's say we just add whatever is the current mode, and it's only going to activate the one that is matching. So let's see, it works. Okay. And now we have to modify the logic that is showing them, which is this here. So let's say if show, and we first show all of them, and then we will hide some. Okay, so if to-do is done and state.filter is, so when we do want to hide it, if it's done, it means it's completed. If we are showing the active ones, we want to hide it. So if it's 1, then show shall be false. Similarly, if it's not done and state is 2, it shall be hidden as well. Let's see if it works. Active one, completed one, perfect. Filtering works as well, and the last one is editing. So editing means if we double click it, it should become editable, and this whole line replaced with an input field. So first we need to store, let's say edit text, edit action, and maybe edit to-do to identify which we are editing, or nil if we are editing nothing. Okay, so if we double click the text here, then state.edit to-do shall be the current to-do's apps file ID, apps file ID, but let's put it in a string. Okay. We also want to initialize its text to to-do.text, and yeah, that's enough. Finally, when we are rendering the to-dos, we want to replace the actual content with the input field if we are editing the current one. So if state.edit to-do equals to-do.apps file ID, again as a string, then we edit, otherwise we show. Okay, so this is show, this is the edit. I've removed it from the template already, so let's come back here and get it from here. Okay, change this text, close it. Perfect. So now if I double click it, it should become editable. Great. And let's find this on input and on enter, and also the action, that's good. So in the input text, okay. So it's initialized to the value in state.edit text. On inputs, we want to update it. On enter, we want to save it, but not append a new one. Rather, we don't need this nor this. We just want to say to-do.text shall be this, and state.edit to-do shall be nil. We want to quit editing. And we want to do the same on focus out as well, which is a focus event. Okay, let's see. So if I type something here and hit enter, you can also see it here, date updates. And if I leave focus, that works as well. Yeah, that should be all. It took 15 minutes. Thanks for watching.